Actually on the injury report, but I think DJ mentioned obviously you dealt with stuff as I'm sure everyone else did on a 20 game season. How taxing was this? I guess maybe in particular, I think you guys had the earliest bye week of the year. I mean, just to get through these late games, was it did it feel differently than any of your other seasons?
Yeah, it was definitely definitely difficult. It was a long year, and especially the hole we dug ourselves in early in the year. Really, the down the stretch, last um, you know 6 games of the regular season. I kind of having to win every single one to have a chance, and then going straight into the playoffs. And so yeah, it was definitely taxing, and demanding, um, but it was all worth it.
Eric, the defense made some huge strides, and it seemed to kind of coincide with the shift of you full time inside. Did you ever view that as a sacrifice that you were making for the team? Did you like that previous role of being base in and then inside pass rusher? And how do you see your future now with the team as far as where you're going to be lining up?
I mean, I saw it as a sacrifice in terms of um, having to do something, you know, make a sacrifice to switching positions, something that I wasn't necessarily comfortable with or haven't practiced or done in years. But I saw it as beneficial for for me and our team to go in there and play a different role. I feel like it was helpful for my career, growing as a player, as a leader. Showing I can really play any position I choose to play uh, on the defensive line. And, um, I felt like I could have a bigger impact on the game. I felt like when I was playing end, you know, I think what I do best is, stopping the run when I play end and pass rushing from the interior. And, when I was playing end, I feel like teams were just running away from me and, not letting me have a big impact in the game. Once I moved inside, I was able to, use my technique and my knowledge to make plays and have a bigger impact and, help us win games. So, um, it was a great year to, and it was a challenge, but, I accepted it with open arms and, tried to do my best.
Eric, you've obviously at this point in your career played with a lot of quarterbacks, seen a lot of quarterbacks. What have you seen? What did you see from Trey Lance this year, just in his few games and in practice that I don't know that you note could might make him a special quarterback in this league?
Definitely very talented. Doesn't seem to get rattled. Um, and I'm excited for his future and his career, and I can't wait to see what see what he does. I'm sure everyone's excited and ready to see it, and I'm a big fan of his. He's a great guy, great teammate. It's been great getting to know him this year. He's been a great rookie, uh, coming in as a young guy. Um, not talking too much, learning, and trying to figure out, what his career is going to look like in the NFL. So I'm excited to see it.
You just touched on what I wanted to ask. I mean, the locker room hasn't been open to us in a couple of years now, and we can't really see the interplay that a Trey Lance has with the rest of the locker room. How has he sort of been in the locker room, and does he go up to you or other veterans for advice? How has he acted?
Just one of the guys. He came in and um, that's what you want to see out of a young player is someone who doesn't um, think they know everything. They just come in and they're eager to learn. They're eager to be a part of integrating into the culture, and I think that's what he did this year.
Arik, you've been with this franchise for a long time now. This season, was there anything that surprised you or that was extremely different through what you guys went through and just overall?
Surprising, I think, each season brings different challenges. I can't say I was surprised about how we responded, but I know, the other side of how things can go too when you don't have the start you want. And so I wouldn't say that was surprising, but, I think that was, great to see and great to be a part of, and great to experience, with my teammates in terms of us banding together and, keep fighting and put ourselves in a position to, be minutes away from winning the NFC Championship. And, we fell short of that, but, the experience was great. A lot of ups and downs, and, we all embrace them all, and we keep playing, for one another. And, it was just great to be a part of this team this year, and, no regrets, really.
Are you guys good? Thank you, Arik.
All right.
A broad, open-ended question. Just what's your mindset after the season you've had, coming off of the game yesterday? Where's your mind as you approach this off season?
Right now, just reflecting, to be honest. Just being up here with all my teammates, coaches, just the staff, knowing what we've been through this year, just reflecting and giving people their flowers and just enjoying the moment. But as far as the off season goes, that's all in God's hands. I'm a spiritual man, so I don't speak too much on what's not in my hands.
Hey, DJ, I know that you guys prided yourself so much on stopping the run this year. And yesterday at halftime, I think after half, it was -3 yards for the Rams. I'm just wondering what the message was to be able to stonewall the run like that in the second half. And then kind of on a larger picture, how proud of you are you of what you and Arik did specifically since week 8 on the inside to, I think, be the #1 run defense in football from that point forward?
To answer your first question, I feel like the second half, everybody knew what was at stake. They start their offense with the run game, and so we knew what we had to do. Didn't get the job done, but just being in there with Arik is having an opportunity to play with a guy that loves the game just as much as you do. Puts as much time in it as you do, wants to win. One of the biggest competitors I've ever had the opportunity to play with. Just being able to grace the field with that whole defense. I felt like we were a force. It was special. It was a special year, man, and hopefully I can come back and continue.
Piggybacking on that a little bit, have you had time to reflect on what you guys were able to do this year, especially considering where you were halfway through the season as a team, not just you and Arik?
Yeah, I think we've been doing that along the way the entire time. I'd be sitting here lying to you if I said we hadn't talked about it, but going from 3-5 to the NFC Championship game, it was we were counted out. We were counted out from the jump. But the perseverance and determination, coaches, players, top to bottom, I'm very proud. Very proud of what we were able to do in the circumstances that we were in.
DJ, you mentioned that the off-season stuff, a lot of it is out of your control. What was in your control was how you played this year, of course. How would you evaluate your season, and how important is it for you to maybe capitalize that into something longer term in terms of a contract this offseason?
To be honest, I feel I'm always my biggest critic. I feel like there's plays out there for myself that I could have made to help the team win. And I mean, I'm gonna continue working on my pass rush, my run game. I'm gonna train harder than I ever have, and prepare for this next season.
Couple more.
Hey, DJ, I know you've talked about wanting to come back to the 49ers. Have you had any sort of, or your agent just had any sort of preliminary talks or informal talks? Do you have a sense of, how realistic it could be to come back?
No, sir. Simple as that. No, sir. I don't believe they've talked just yet, but sooner than later.
Last one.
DJ, you played in 20 games this year, and I know some of them were difficult for you to get through. You had to come off the field, but you always went back into the game. I'm just wondering if you could kind of look back on the season and articulate what it takes to play a 20-game season in this league.
It takes heart. Somebody like Debo, we from the same place. We're from the same place, and see the things his body goes through. What's the point of me standing on the sideline when my brother's out there putting his body on the line for the team, for the betterment of the team? It's a bunch of people. Arik, I'm not telling anybody's injuries, but we all got bumps and bruises. But I mean, just to know that everybody's in pain makes you want to go back out there and fight for your brothers. So it was bigger than just me, and pride for sure won't let you sit on the sideline. But I love all these guys, man, and that's really the reason I do it.
Thank you, DJ.
Thank y'all.
And you were rehabbing. How much forward are you looking to be training for the 2022 season and not just trying to get your body right from a surgery?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Is this water up for grabs? I'm really excited to have a full off season just to build on what I got to last year. I wasn't really able to maximize my strength and conditioning stuff with getting my rehab right and stuff. So this year I'm going to give my knee a lot of time to just chill because I haven't really given it any rest since I got hurt. So it needs some time. And then I'm going to get back and I'm going to get in the best shape of my life for sure. And I was in the best shape of my life last year, so it's going to be another level. So I'm excited.
Nick, another thing that this offseason can be different for you is it's the first time you're eligible for a contract extension. Is that something that you think about that you would like to get done? And has there been any rumblings between your agents and the Niners on working towards something like that?
I haven't thought about that. I was just trying to finish out the year and have a great year, and that's definitely something for down the road to think about.
Nick, DJ was just in there talking about how watching Debo, watching his teammates, all of you guys go out on the field through this 20-game season inspires you to go out there even though you might not be 100% healthy. How special is this locker room in that aspect? And then also, what did you learn about yourself this season?
Yeah, this whole team's really special. A lot of unselfish guys. Debo, for sure, being one of them. Just going out there with bumps and bruises every week and playing running back and wide receiver for us. I mean, yeah, I could go on and on about all the guys that we have on our team, and we're good enough to win it all. So we just have to build off of it. We got the right core group of guys. So there's a lot of decisions to be made that I don't have a part in. So we'll see what happens. But and what did I learn about myself? That I could stay disciplined for a long time. I started on right after my injury and used working hard as kind of a way to cope with being injured. So I started back in what was it, November when I got hurt, or October, and then to now, so a year and a few months of just straight work, not much play. So I definitely need to relax my mind and figure out how to enjoy my leisure time. It's been a while.
Nick, you guys played well. I mean, you were among the people that actually played in 20 games. You had the earliest bye week. You know, all the late game road trips. What I know you don't have the biggest perspective, just being your third season in the league, but just the wear and tear and the way I guess guys played through some of the injuries you've noted. Was it a different level this season from what you'd experienced in your first 2 years?
No, it's the NFL. Every year's a huge grind, and you have to really mentally and obviously physically prepare yourself for 17 or 20 or 21 games, whatever you make it to. And it's a grind, but once you get into the groove, you get your body back every week and you feel good by game time usually. There's obviously times where you feel better than others. Thursday night games don't help, but it's all part of it, and I'm just happy to be with an organization that puts everything into taking care of us as best as they can.
Couple more.
Hey, Nick, as opposed to 2019 when it seemed that the D-line just came out completely firing out of the gate, this year you guys hit your stride, I think fully, probably around week 14 is when the numbers started pouring in from everybody. How rewarding was it to be with a group that kind of peaked at the right time and molded together? And what can you say about the next step in the development for some of your teammates like Samson?
It was fun. Just seeing everybody have success at the home stretch there. I just remember every time I'd rush the passer on third down, if I was getting double teamed, I could just count on somebody else making a play, and that's what you need, because there was double teams all over the place this year, and we figured out ways to get through them and still affect games. And then Samson, I just think he's got really a good feel for the scheme now, and it takes time. It took me some time too, my rookie year, and now the sky's the limit for him. He's just got to hone in on what he does best, pass rush wise, and he could be a top edge guy in the league for sure.
Last one.
Nick, you talk about going to be in the best shape of your life, and you're already in pretty incredible shape. But just looking at this last year, did you surprise yourself at all with how you were able to play, what you were able to accomplish, or was this kind of the standard for yourself?
No, I actually did surprise myself. If you asked me what I thought I was going to be able to do a couple months before the season, I definitely don't know what I would have told you, but I just knew that I was in the right hands with who I was training with, and I knew I was doing everything right, So I just had to stick with the plan and not dwell on the bumps in the road that I dealt with along the way, and that ended up paying off. And I think my knee kind of improved throughout the entire season. So it kind of like continued the rehab process throughout the whole year. So I'm feeling health-wise as good as I've felt all year. Maybe not this second because I'm pretty sore, but I'm just really happy with how it went.
Thank you, Nick.
Make sure you subscribe.